That was a tough loss. That was the worst loss of the season. Knicks lose 106-103 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This loss hurt. This was definitely the worst loss this season, and this was a game I said after the Nets game. This was a must-win for the Knicks if this team wants to have any chance of contending. But this loss sucked. This was definitely the worst loss of the season so far. Knicks have now lost 5 straight ball games as they lose to the Cavs on the road. And this is a team we beat earlier on in the year, and I expected the Knicks to win this game, and they disappointed me. This is a game I thought they were going to win. The Cavs had a lot of guys, not playing. Knicks couldn't get it done, plain and simple. The Knicks had a lot of stupid turnovers. They made a lot of bad passes, a lot of stupid plays by R.J. Barrett, who I'm gonna talk about at the end of the video. Defense wasn't very good. Offense was very good. Another really good game for the offense, but the defense didn't really help, and the Knicks gave up a lot of bad runs. They had a run of their own, and then the Cavs kept responding, and the Knicks just could not respond back at the very end of the game, as they lose by 3 points to the Cavs and drop to 5-8 on the season. Julius Randle had 28 points, but overall the offense wasn't necessarily great. But it wasn't terrible. The bench didn't do a whole lot. But R.J. Barrett did have 20 points, but he made a lot of bad plays. Quickly had 23 points. Quickly was phenomenal tonight. 28 minutes, 23 points, and he didn't start. It's enough with Elfrid Payton. It's about time for Quickly to start. I don't know why didn't even start the first few games of the season. Elfrid Payton is awful. Quickly's got to be the starter. It's enough already with Elfrid Payton. He had 9 points in 20 minutes. Was not very good. Robinson had 5 points. Bullock had 4. Didn't do anything. But in 31 minutes, Bullock had 4 points. He did nothing. Robinson had 5. Payton had 9. Knox had 6. Didn't do much. Noel had 4. Rivers had 2. He did not do anything. And then Toppin only played 10 minutes. He had 2 points. So the offense, it was mainly only a couple guys having good games. Besides that, the offense didn't do a whole lot. I didn't think it was that terrible. We still scored over 100 points, but just costly turnovers killed the Knicks in this game, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Just bad turnovers. Really, really bad turnovers. The Knicks had some really bad luck. I believe they had a 16-0 run. They were down 12 points. They came back, had that 16-0 run, took the lead by 4 points, and then the Cavs, responded with, a big run, and then they ended up taking the lead, and it stayed that way for the whole rest of the game. The Knicks didn't have the lead for most of this game. The Cavs had the lead, and they were the more consistent team in this ball game with the lead. So they deserved to win this game. The Knicks had a lot of bad turnovers. Barrett, kicking the ball when he was, he dribbled it through his legs. He kicked it. That was a horrible play by R.J. Barrett. Horrible turnover. That was, in my opinion, what changed the game. Bad shot decisions at times. Andre Drummond for the Cavs killed us in this game. He had a fantastic game. 33 points in 40 minutes for Drummond. It was really the same players on the floor for the whole game. Osman, 40 minutes, 25 points. Nance, 44 minutes, 14 points. Okoro, 42 minutes, 13. And then Dotson, a former Knick, he had a really good game. He killed us, 40 minutes, 13 points. Stevens, 21 minutes. McGee, 13, and Wade at 2. So, the Cavs did not have a lot of players going into this game. They had a lot of players injured, and they had to play their starters pretty much the whole game, and they got the job done, especially Andre Drummond. He went off for the Cavs and had his best game of the season. He's probably trade bait at this point because the Cavs aren't, they're probably a rebuilding team, but, no Colin Sexton for the Cavs in this game. This was a game I thought the Knicks were going to win, and they let me down tonight. The Cavs starting lineup did a really good job, and you got to give the Cavs credit, especially Andre Drummond. He had a fantastic game, and he's the reason why the Cavaliers won this ball game. And there is a lot of positives to take from this game. Emmanuel Quickly is an absolute stud. He is a little bit inconsistent this year, but I think we all know he's going to be a stud. Randall had another very good game. He's in both 2 games against the Cavs. He's been fantastic. Was our leading scorer as he usually is. And then the negatives: Bullock did not do anything. Robinson did not do anything. He was good. He was good rebounding, but he didn't do much, scoring wise. Payton was terrible as he usually is, and had a couple really bad shots in the game. Knox didn't really do a lot, but he didn't really play. We need Alec Burks back. We need him back desperately. He hasn't played since the second game of the season. We need him back. Let's hope he's back soon. But anyway, Obi Toppin, I want him to play more. I'd like to see him play a lot more. We haven't not really seen what he's made of because he played only 10 minutes in this game, and now we know it's more than 1 minute than he played last game against the Nets. But I want to see Obi Toppin play more because I want to know what he's all about. I mean, he was our first round draft pick. I think he deserves to play a little bit more. Now, I get he's coming off an injury, but I think he deserves to play more. I want to see what he's about. I want to see what he's made of. And the Knicks definitely need help, and I think Toppin should play a little bit more to help out this team because we definitely need some players who can score more. I mean, that's definitely what we need because Quickly and Randall have been, pretty much carried the offense throughout this entire game because the bench really didn't do a whole lot in this game. R.J. Barrett had 20 points, but again, he made a lot of bad plays, and he's just not a game-changing player. And when you select a guy, third overall in the draft, you'd expect him to be that kind of player. He just has not been that. It's really frustrating. He's my favorite player on the Knicks, but I mean, it's hard to like him sometimes. He's really frustrating because you see the potential in R.J. Barrett, but he continues to just disappoint me game after game after game, and I'm starting to get tired of it. So he needs to be better. Elfrid Payton needs to be benched. I don't know why he continues to be in the starting lineup every single night. Bullock needs to be benched. I don't know why he plays. He's one of the worst players on this team. Just put Nerlens Noel in there at this point. I mean, he's a better player than Bullock. Nerlens Noel had that really good defensive play on, I think it was Andre Drummond. I think it might have been the third quarter. He had that really good defensive play on the drive where the Knicks were playing really good defense. The defense was definitely inconsistent. They did show flashes of playing good defense, but it was very inconsistent in this game. And, those two made free throws at the end of the game. That was what changed it. The Cavs sealed it, won 106-103 over the Knicks. This was by far the worst loss of the season, and we have a really tough game up ahead against the Boston Celtics Sunday at 1 o'clock. It's an afternoon game. They play the Celtics at TD Garden. That's not an easy game to win. I get Jason Tatum's not there, but they're a good team. They're one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, if not the best. And I don't think we're going to win that game. I hate to say it. I think we'll probably go up to 5-9. Then we head back to the Garden to play the Magic. I think that's a game we probably could win. We go to Golden State. We go to Sacramento. We go to Portland. We go to Utah. So we have a 4-game stretch on the West Coast. So we have some tough games up ahead. But we do have some wins, winnable games here and there. But this was a game I thought they needed to win if they wanted to have a chance to contend this season. And they blew it today. It's a tough loss. I get it's still early, but this is a game they probably had to win because the Cavs were missing a lot of their players. The Knicks had their whole team healthy besides Alec Burks, and they could not come away with the victory today as they lose 106-103 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got to get better. That's just plain and simple. We got to get better, and we've lost 5 straight games, probably about to be 6 as we take on the Boston Celtics in Boston. That's not going to be an easy win. I don't care if Jason Tatum's not playing. They're still a fantastic team. You got Pritchard, you got Jaylen Brown, you got tons of other players. I think I'm missing someone. I don't know a whole lot about their team, but I know Pritchard's he's a rookie for the Celtics, and he's been very good for them. And Jaylen Brown's probably their best player now with Jason Tatum injured. With COVID. Jaylen Brown's definitely their best player, so he's going to be a threat. The Celtics are a very good team, and I don't think we're going to be able to beat them, especially on the road. So the Knicks continue to lose. We've lost 5 straight. We're 5-8, and it's hard being a Knicks fan. That's kind of it. A tough loss, but Nick got to find a way to bounce back against the Celtics on Sunday. So that's going to do it for this video. We got football tomorrow. That's exciting, and it was a good day for the Yankees, but the Knicks kind of ruined the vibe a little bit. But anyway, the Yankees got Kluber and DJ. I can't complain too much. But anyway, Knicks lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers, drop to 5-8 on the season, and drop their 5th straight contest. And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys next time. Let's go Knicks.